Hello, my name is Brent. I am the owner of C4F, where I teach business owners how to create profitable companies, efficient companies, and not work their life away being a slave to their company. I work with all different types of industries at this point, mostly fit pros, relationship coaching, that sort of coaching, but I also work with different companies on different models as well, and I help them become profitable all the same. So what I want to talk about today is something that I implement with every company who has a team of at least one other person, right? Some of them have 15 or more, is morning meetings. And this is a hot topic. I see a lot of people discussing it on Facebook all the time. Are morning meetings worth it? Are they effective? Are they a waste of time? I want to dive into all that and more, and I want to show you exactly how I structure my morning meetings. But first, go ahead and like, share, subscribe. If you guys think any of this content is helpful, if it's helped you gain some clarity, make some money, help with your hiring and who to hire, if it's helped you at all, this channel, it would mean the world if you just send it to a friend. That's all I ask for. So if you have a DMer, a triager, if you have a setter team, if you have a closer, if you have a social media manager, if you have an assistant coach, this is for you. You should be meeting, I say minimum 3 times a week. I like 5 times a week. I like just a morning meeting, a team huddle with the full squad every single morning. Doesn't have to be long. Again, now I know for some of you, you're like, oh, my team could never commit to that. If they can only commit to 3, but you can get most of the team on for 5, I still think that's a win. Okay, so having a team meeting in the morning, what it does is it accomplishes 3 main things. Okay, clarity, alignment, and momentum. Okay, so clarity is the biggest killer of production when there is a lack of clarity on who should be doing what each and every day. So getting clarity, who's doing what, who needs checked in, who has questions, whether it's an assistant coach and they're having questions on getting their client results. You can hit that every single day of the week to make sure that you're not checking in with this person weeks down the road where this client got no results, now they're requesting a refund. No, you can hit this every day on a morning meeting. If your DMer is making mistakes and you don't notice it, you can pick up on this every morning, 5 days a week, and nip it much quicker. If your closer is hitting this consistent objection and they just can't seem to get over it, you guys can brainstorm as a team. A lot of different people and members from the team offer different perspectives. Sometimes an assistant coach can be like, you know what, I signed up for a coach way back when, and I actually dealt with a similar thing on the call, and here's what I would have done. Perfect. Someone maybe you didn't expect to get advice from had a wonderful perspective that helped that closer close more deals. So again, clarity and overall collaboration, I think, is absolutely huge. Now with alignments, just making sure that everyone stays aligned on the general company goals. Is everyone working towards the same goal? Is everyone doing what they should be doing on a daily basis? Are they doing just what they're required, or are they going a little bit beyond that? Are they doing a little bit extra? Are they doing everything and then they still have time and they want to do more and earn more money? Well, then you can address that on those calls as well and assign different tasks if it makes sense. So it's keeping your staff happy, keeping them aligned to the company goal, the company mission, and making sure that everyone has an adequate workflow. Sometimes different team members can pick up slack from others, especially if things are busy. And when you have this overall alignment with the company, let's say you have to replace somebody. Okay, let's say your DMer moves on and they accept a different job and you bring a new DMer in. Now all of us can help that person get up to speed much quicker, which actually reduces a lot of expenses, because turnover is the biggest expense in any small business, right? So we have clarity, we have alignment, and then of course we have momentum. And once we get through momentum, I'm going to walk you through exactly how I would structure my daily meetings. I say would as if I don't. This is my exact structure on how I structure my daily meetings. Okay, but first, momentum. Momentum, it sets the tone for the morning. Okay, sometimes we wake up on the wrong side of the bed and we're just like, dude, I don't really feel like doing much today. But other people on this team might wake up and they're like, dude, let's crush it. And they can feed off that energy, and it just brings momentum to the entire team. If there's wins, Go over the wins. Maybe Sally, the assistant coach, got a crazy transformation. Well, that's going to excite your closer and bring more momentum and bring more conviction into her sales calls or his sales calls, because he sees what's actually happening on the back end. He knows the people he brings in are crushing it, and they're getting results, and they're happy, and they're stoked, and they're referring people, and they're giving testimonials. He or she knows that what they're doing is making a difference to these people's lives. That conviction cannot be taught. Okay, that conviction is generated from positive results. Okay, so that's just one way that same energy can be transferred into your DMer when they see people crushing it. So that's the momentum aspect. I do think that it is a very real thing. It is a very positive thing when you can conduct these meetings appropriately. So I want to talk about what that looks like, because again, a lot of the discussion that I see and that I hear and that I read is, morning meetings are a waste of time. They certainly can be. Oh boy, can they be. I would meet with my team for an hour every morning, 5 days a week. I did this for 2 years, guys. 2 years, the first 2 years of business. And a lot of it, there was like that positive momentum, and then it would start to shift, and we're like, this isn't going well, that's not going well, that's not going well. And they weren't always productive. There wasn't always a solution. And then we'd cut off the call, and then our momentum was kind of like, damn, everything's frustrating, right? Because it's hard to maintain excitement for an hour, right? So I shortened them. They're 30 minutes is what we booked them for. But the first 5 to 10 minutes is with my DMer, going through Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. And then we kick it over to the pipeline. And then we go through basically follow-ups, 60s booked, which are closing calls, and then triages booked. And then we go through who canceled and who needs rescheduled. So we work through that pipeline every single morning. And then I'll give them a task list for the day. Hey, this part of the pipeline hasn't been reached out to in a couple weeks or a couple months. Let's go ahead and hit them back up. Let's go through your messages, okay, and see, did you have any questions with any of these conversations? And a lot of times he'll say, yeah, I struggled with this. She asked this question. I didn't know how to answer that. All right, well, let's talk about it. Here's what I would have said. Better yet, I'll just send a voice message and respond to this person. So it has helped our bookings skyrocket. Just having me 15 minutes a morning, meet with my DMer, go through all the conversations that he struggled with, go through the previous day's pitches, and rework a pitch or send a voice message or a Loom video to the people we pitched that haven't responded or said no. So 15 minutes with my DMer is a non-negotiable. I say 15, we're very quick now. I would do 30 in the beginning though. And then I meet with, this is all in the same meeting, my virtual assistant. She's the virtual assistant for a couple of my different companies. So we go over what her tasks are for the day. And then Brooke, she is my fiance, but also a business partner, and she helps me with the coaching. So then we go through all of our clients' KPIs every single morning. We send messages to them, what we see, what we don't see. Do you need any help? So we actually go through and make sure that all of our coaching and our back-end process is all dialed in as well. So that is what we do. I have notes here. So yeah, for your DM review, live conversations, respond to previous message, re-engaging old leads, crafting pitches for prospects who are ready to be pitched, take notes on what is and isn't working so you can adjust your script if need be. In light of that, you can split test different options. Hey, let's try this opener and that opener, or let's try this pitch and that pitch. Let's A/B test it for a week and see how many responses and bookings we get based on one or the other. If it's conclusive, we go to that option. If it's not conclusive, we test a little bit longer, right? This just allows you to perfect your script, your process, and your SOPs, okay? When you're working through those follow-ups, this again can be leads in the pipeline, previous conversations you've had. I hope I'm not speaking too fast, so if you are taking notes, I hope that you're able to write this down. If you want a copy of this, if you happen to see this on YouTube and you're like, dude, I would love a copy of what the morning meeting looks like, DM me morning meeting /YouTube, and I'll know exactly where it came from. I give out a lot of stuff on a lot of different channels, and sometimes I'm confused when you guys just say, hey, I want that resource. So tell me the platform and the resource that you want, and I'll know exactly what to give you. And I'll just give you this entire thing so you can put your pen down and stop taking notes, or if you're driving, stop stressing. Okay. So as far as going through that, you can create a checklist. So this is like your DM conversation review, your failed payments, your hot prospect list, your focus list for clients who aren't exactly getting great results. That's been a big thing for me, is knowing like who is crushing it and who's not, and then giving them extra attention and a little TLC where they need it. So this is how I structure every single morning. Yes, I think morning meetings are non-negotiable, and they should be for every single team, especially because, you know, not a lot of times, for years and years and years, the past century, we've been going in person to work, and we see people and we can collaborate and have these conversations. But when we work online, if we go days upon days or weeks even without seeing any of the team, it feels like you're just an individual on a team, where instead you should be an individual with a team. And so that's my perspective on that. You are free to disagree. If you disagree, put it in the comments. If you agree, go ahead and put it in the comments. Do you host a morning meeting every morning? And go ahead and message me for that copy with exactly how I structure this. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Take care.